3 dicas sobre a amamentação que fizeram.
5 things to know about being induced for having a large baby from a high-risk labor and delivery nurse. So first, generally, a baby is considered a big baby or a baby with macrosomia if they're estimated to weigh between 4,000 grams to 4,500 grams. So for us Americans, about just under 9 pounds to just under 10 pounds. Number 2, until the baby is born and we can actually weigh that baby on a scale, we can't technically diagnose a baby as being a big baby or having macrosomia. During pregnancy, this is an estimate. This is our best guess based on feeling your abdomen, measuring, using ultrasounds, based on experience. Now, because we don't actually know how big or small this baby is until they are here, with all estimates, there may be some error. A lot of times a provider may estimate it pretty close, and a lot of times they may estimate it pretty far off. Just under about 10% of all babies born in the United States end up being large enough to be considered macrosomia. Number 3, when a team is discussing induction for macrosomia, one of the biggest concerns is something called a shoulder dystocia. When the baby's head has been delivered, but the shoulder of the baby is caught on the maternal pubic bone. This can happen in about 7 to 15% of all births with large babies. We also know that a shoulder dystocia can actually happen in any delivery, and the providers, the team, are trained on how to handle a shoulder dystocia. There are risks with a shoulder dystocia. Some of those are nerve damage. It's very rare, but it's possible to have a fetal loss if the shoulder dystocia is unable to be resolved. This is oftentimes where we see the discussion of induction for a possibly large baby come up. Number 4, the current studies we have about inducing for a suspected big baby or macrosomia is mixed. Some of the evidence showed us that inducing for suspected macrosomia may help lower the incidence of a shoulder dystocia by 3%. The study also showed us there may be a lower risk of a collarbone fracture. And then we have some randomized trials that didn't show any large difference between the outcomes on inducing for macrosomia or just awaiting for labor on its own. Another thing to keep in mind is that a lot of these studies were done at early term. So 37, 38 weeks. So at this point in time, ACOG does not recommend universally inducing everybody that is suspected to have a large baby, especially before 39 weeks. We just need more research to give more guidance to the families as they make this decision. And number 5, this is a discussion to have with your team. Ask all the questions. Ask about the risks, the benefits, alternatives, because it is extremely individualized. It is case by case, and make a decision that feels right for you. For more information on pregnancy, birth, postpartum babies, give me a follow, check out my page.
Era muita diferença para mim, que eu estou aqui para compartilhar com vocês. Talvez para você não funcione, mas eu estou aqui para dar minhas dicas. Primeira dica, sem dúvida, foi lá no início. Manda. Quanto mais você estimular, mais vai produzir. Isso é certeiro. Segundo, muito chazinho. Nos primeiros dias, tirar muito leite, a gente fazer muito a extração, porque quando tu faz isso, você manda pro seu cérebro um comando de que precisa produzir mais, porque tem...
This baby could come any day / any week, so let's prep some postpartum yoni tea for healing down there after birth. With my last baby, I kept a crock pot full of yoni tea for my peri bottle in my bathroom. So instead of using just water from the sink, I was using warm herbal tea to be spraying myself down there for healing, and it was wonderful. This is probably my number 1 postpartum healing tip. So if you have time, I would definitely recommend putting something together like this. First, I'm going to start off with some lavender. Lavender is soothing, it has healing properties, antimicrobial, and it also smells delicious. I am going to want to make fresh batches each day, so I'm just going to prep my first batch and then I'll have my husband prep the others. I'm probably going to do like 2 tablespoons of each herb. Correct me if I'm saying it wrong. Sometimes I say calendula, sometimes calendula. I don't know. But this flower is often used in salves and balms specifically for healing. So it is wonderful for healing any sort of wound that you have. Next, I'm gonna do chamomile. Chamomile also is very soothing and helps with healing, and specifically can help with itching and burning. Oh my gosh. Chamomile is actually often used in teas that you drink to help soothe and calm your nervous system and just like help you wind down. Lastly, we're gonna add some mugwort. This herb helps with circulation. It also helps with inflammation and irritation. And that is gonna be it for my first batch of yoni tea that will be going in my crock pot for healing after birth. Here is what she looks like. It smells so wonderful. So if you try the crock pot method, if you make your own yoni tea, let me know how you like it, because it is definitely one of my favorite things to do postpartum.
Oh,